Yo, we're back. And we're gonna go back in time. Woo! Sailing into the ether. Way back to yesteryear. Whoa, liking the look of this new streamer. So glad I just found him right now at this very moment. What a stroke of good fortune. Well, I'll tell you right now, Winter Lucenb, you're in for a heckin' good time. But yeah, surprise, we're gonna be doing Tome today. I'm gonna get this game started back up and finally get a playthrough of this game recorded and uploaded in full to my VODs, so that way I can rest knowing that all the games that I covered on stream are saved somewhere, which is a little funny because I almost forgot to upload the VOD to the finale of Sonic Adventure DX a couple days ago. Oops. So that would have sucked. Anyways, though, yeah, we're gonna do Tome today. I hope everything starts working well enough, because this was the game that I had to set my OBS to 30 FPS instead of 60, because trying to run this game at 60 while running my recording software makes my computer unhappy. So hopefully it manages to maintain its quality. So what else? We should probably stop the music. Turned up real loud for a second, then gotta pause it. There we go. I was playing that through my Muzak player. So we'll be playing through on my File 2 save. This is the same save that I had when I played through the game on stream last time. We're just going to override it. I will be doing the item dupe glitch again. However, I will be doing it a little differently this time, since I kind of know what I'm getting into now. I won't be collecting the rainbow cubes until like the tail end of the game, because I learned that if you duplicate rainbow cubes, which you can do, and you collect the dupes and you offset the number of rainbow cubes, it just gives you the camera, and then it locks you out of the good, like the good true ending. So haha, oops. So I'm going to try and get my dupes while simultaneously getting the true ending as well, because I want to show off that fight, because that fight is really fun. So yeah, and that's basically the plan. I have a clipboard here. You can kind of hear it, but that's the little clicky thing inside that you can use to hang up on bulletin boards. I have all of the at least I have all the important items that I'm going to try and collect mapped out, so I know which ones I want to duplicate and want to have as the final loadout for our team as we get closer to the end of the experience here. So, and as I'd go through this, I save the important stuff, but I'm kind of doing this as like a fresh, clean slate kind of deal. I'm just gonna play the game and, you know, kind of just enjoy it. And maybe I'll follow the same path as I did before. Maybe I won't. We'll just have to see. But let's get it started. Let's get the thing going here, so we can. I'll talk as the thing goes forward. What's an item dupe glitch? I've never seen this game before. Well, I'm glad you asked. Item duplication is the act of duplicating items that normally cannot be duplicated within a game, usually by scurrilous means.
It's the year 2020.
Also, let me know if the game audio is
inside,
good.
eyes glued to their screens.
If I need to adjust anything.
With our world as it is, some people choose to escape to another world entirely. Some are discovering who they truly are. Me? I'm a hacker.
Seems alright right now? Okay.
Greetings, brave warrior.
Yeah, just let me know if it gets too loud or anything like that. Because it's been a while, and I don't know if my settings are still acclimated to this game.
Full of adventure is now installing. Please, feel free to continue exploring the world you are currently in before your journey to ours begins. Perhaps you have some unfinished business to attend to first, but be prepared. That loading bar could complete and launch you into action at any moment.
Okay. That's another thing why I kind of wanted to get this game started. This game is going to be a long playthrough. Because this game's got a lot of dialogue in it and a lot of talking. So I don't know if this will be one of the games that I play intermittently and like intersperse other stuff in between sessions of this. We'll just have to see how I feel. Hey, we'll enjoy ourselves at the either way. Start the game in 2020, we'll end in 2024. Yeah, no kidding, right? On my overlay's blocking the date. It's June. And the sad part is the way the window. Oh, you can still see my mouse. Cool. So the way the window is set up is I keep the bar of the window up here. You can't really see it because it's, obviously I don't keep it in the view of the overlay. But the bar kind of hovers just a hair under where a full screen window would go, and the date and time for the computer in the game is obscured by the taskbar. But it's June 3rd, 2020. And if you're playing this in a smaller aspect ratio, and you can actually see the date and time, you'll see June, let's see, was it June 3rd? And like June 5th, because I'm pretty sure the way they coded it is they had a specific date and then they just changed one character in it, so the dates are kind of messed up. It's really funny. Trust me, it's funny. Anyways, welcome to Tome. Hello. This message confirms that you've officially registered a copy of Tome to your PC. Once the program is finished installing, the application launcher will appear. For logging into the game's world, you will need to create a character, which will represent your account. Our beloved narrator will help guide you on your journey. We hope you enjoy your visit to the world of Tome. Play well. Hey pal, thanks again for doing me this favor. I trust you got the copy of the game I sent you. It's gotten real popular this year. Hope you enjoy it. Just to refresh you on what's happening, there's been a bunch of not-so-nice hackers causing some issues in the game, and now's not a good time for them to be getting their way. I've tried to stamp out some of their activity myself, but I've got my hands full, so there's only so much I can do. That's where you come in. I want you to even the odds and stop these guys from interfering. To start, there's a trio of little cheaters that have been making trouble in the game's Adotis Woods region. They keep slipping past the moderators because they've been pretty covert, but if you step in to show them how a real professional does things, that ought to make them shaking their boots enough to call it quits, Start your search in Adotis Woods, Pimlico Field, Sector A. They're snooping around there right now, so you won't have to look far. there are teleporters scattered around the Zen Hub area when you first log in. Make yourself a character real quick. Doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be one of the default models, and head there to start taking action. I've been leaving you, White Hat. Oh, and P.S. should go without saying, but even though you gotta keep a low profile, don't be afraid to make some new friends. I have so much on my screen. Is that a winky face? I can't tell. I think it's just a smiley. You know who. Okay. I love June 15 nerd. It's my favorite date. Yep, received my copy. Should be done installing any minute. I'll set up a character and post haste and have a look around for any sign of these troublemakers you're talking about. Ooh, White Hat. I need to get rid of my mouse. Alright, now we're getting into character creation.
Installation complete. The gateway has opened.
Dang, that took a while.
Prepare to take your first step into a land the likes of which you have never seen.
Ah, nostalgia.
In this world, all inhabitants visiting from your universe must take the form of your innermost powerful warrior.
It's a big game. Of course it
The
took a
choice
while.
of how you
Yeah.
shall represent your fighting spirit
Huge.
is entirely up to your individual strengths, your weaknesses, your code of honor, and your dreams. To begin, please select your desired race. This will not affect any statistics in combat, but will simply act as a base with which to build your appearance.
Okay. So this time, I'm gonna pick the animalistic because I'm familiar playing with this character and I'm familiar with the animations for this character to time hits. So this is the one I'm gonna choose.
You may now
I'm also
customize
going
the
to
fine
be
details
sticking
of the
with
warrior
my
appearance. The following list contains
love
hundreds
that.
upon thousands of different options for everything from hairstyle. Are
Nope.
you sure this is?
So I'm going to be
please
sticking
select
with
your desired class and elemental alignment.
my
Each has
standard
their own advantages and disadvantages in combat.
my standard loadout, neutral brawler. It's the way to go.
Now you must choose two magical techniques that best
We're going
suit
Clover
your
Cutter
personal
because you
style
don't
of
get
combat.
natural magic
Choose
until
wisely.
late
For while
game,
you shall continue to grow and learn
and
more
we will
techniques,
get
you will not be able to replace these abilities.
and we will be doing Total Relax. Reflect Mirror is pretty good, but I like Total Relax more. I feel like I use this a bit more throughout the game than the other ones. So, yeah. However,
Finally, please choose the title you will go by.
because this is like playthrough 3 or 4 of this game that I've done, 5. Meh. How about you name the character for me? Give me a name. Let's collaborate. This is so different from last time. I know, right? I'm just... so many tricks up my sleeve. So many. But, yeah, this time we'll just give him... I'll let you decide the name. Give me the name for our little White Hat. Because I named White Hat in the original playthrough. Lupine in my first playthrough that I did just for the fun of it. And then I think in the Let's Play I named him White Hat too. So, I don't know. We'll just come up with something else. Hit name pending. Yeah. Hang on. Can we fit that? Hold on. Or like, come on. Hang on. Name. Can we put a space? Oh, it's a hyphen. Okay. Name. to get used to these controls. The way the menus work is a little... Oh my god, does it fit? Yeah. It fits. It took up the whole thing, but it fits. Yeah, I'm a genius. Is this? Do we want to go with this? I'm actually cool with this. I think this is really funny. The only thing that would make this better is if we could say insert name and put brackets on the end of it. That's the only thing that would make this better, is if we could just say open bracket, name, close bracket. I couldn't come up with anything good. I came up with the best name. Alright. Well, I like what we got. I like this. It's better than me just calling him White Hat for the sixth time. So, I like this. We'll go with it.
Is this how you shall be represented on the terrain?
Are we feeling it? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Hell yeah. Finalize. Let's do this shit. Yes.
At last, you are ready. Now, brave warrior, step into the light. Cross the threshold. Stay on guard. And battle with honor. Good luck. And enjoy your adventure to the fullest in the terrain of magical expertise.
I'm in. Alright, let's do it. Oh, man. Man, it's like slipping into it like an old pair of comfy shoes. Man, this is so fun. Look at all these guys.
Have you guys been playing Tome for a while?
Oh my god.
A few months straight now, yeah. Who'd have thought it'd take a life-threatening virus and a worldwide pandemic to get me to start playing an MMORPG?
2020's been a really scary year so far, but I'm grateful to have a place like this to escape to for a little while.
Oh, you want to know what? Oh, man. No, I'm already committed. We could have done... I think it would be funny if we did error no text as a name, but I don't think it really... Nah.
Hey, have you guys heard of anything weird going on in Adonis Woods?
Because I feel like error no text would work better if we had underscores, but we don't. So...
Weird? Well, that big contest thing you just started, I forget the name of it, but otherwise I can't think of anything too out of the ordinary.
Yeah, well, I can. Those stupid troublemakers. A friend of a friend told me they really live up to their name.
Oh yeah, they're one of the guilds that's trying to enter the contest, right? I'd steer clear of them. Not worth getting in their way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we're back in it. All the hub worlds, you know, they've got NPCs you can listen to and talk to, interact with. All of the characters here are designs that were submitted by fans through the Kickstarter backers as well as contest winners. We've got this Floatzel looking guy here. And I'll be sure to highlight some of my favorites as we go. Is a hacker. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good one too. These two, I think, were... this is Brittany Lauda's character and her husband's character. I think it's Matt Chipman, I think. Is that right? I think that's who she's married to, I think. I may be wrong on that, but I think that's these two is Brittany Lotta and Matt Shipman. It's their characters. The two of them also play a brother-sister pair in this game. Fun facts.
Pardon me, I'm trying to get to Fimicola Field. How do I get there?
Oh, it's easy. When you get to the Adodes Woods Telepillar, just enter in Fimicola Field followed by the sector you want to visit.
Thanks. Excuse me, it's my first time playing. Is this the way to Adodes Woods?
Oh, yeah, just over to the left here. It's the teleport with the green tiles around it. You can't miss it.
Thanks. Hey there, first time playing. Do people hang around this area a lot?
Yes, definitely. This is actually one of many balance centers within the Zen Hub that players log into. You'll often find people congregating around spots like this one here, in case you're looking to socialize.
I like Cetus. I like this character design. Little eel that I learned has the chin thing. There's like a little light, and that's what the thing that's growing off of their chin, and they have little robot limbs. I think it's really cute. Okay, so I think that's everybody? Yeah, I think it's everybody. Alright, then we go to the thing, and then we're gonna meet Alpha. To think this is where I began to envision Sin, the game. Was it?
Hey, wait! Hold the elevator! Magic teleporter thing. You know what I mean. Thanks.
There's the boy! Funny, I said that after we spoke to O'Neill.
Fimicola Field. You?
Yeah, we'll be nice.
Oh, the same here. Meeting up with a friend of mine. Go for it.
So would that have been after
Thanks
like
again.
watching my playthrough, or
A
just
friend
seeing
of mine
the
got
game
me
in
a copy
general?
of the game this week, so here I am. Hey, sorry to ask another favor. Could you accept my party invitation?
Sure.
Sure.
Sweet. Okay, cool, thanks. I've played RPGs before, just not an online one like this. I was having a little trouble with the chat function earlier, so I wanted to test this out so I don't look like a total scrub. Oh, by the way, I'm Alphonse. Should have mentioned that earlier. Anyway, he should be here any second.
Alright, and this is gonna be our tutorial battle. We're gonna
Nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Yeah, be nice to
If
the
you
boy.
stick around, you can meet my friend too. What the? Oh, I guess we're doing this now.
Darn right. I'm an old hand at this. I'm gonna wipe him out in like 3 turns. Here we go.
Gah. Beginner's luck.
Bazinga. He does actually say a few. He has some I think 3. There's like 3 different lines, I think, depending on the results of this fight. If you beat him in like 3 turns like that, he'll say beginner's luck. And another one, he says, "Hey, not bad." And then I think if there's like a lose scenario, he like gives you crap or something like that.
Well, well, well. Not bad for a first round. Hey, do me a solid, because I'm assuming you don't have any items on you just yet. Can you go scope out that treasure box over there?
Found Crimson Fruit and Divinity Chime.
Cool. Now use the Divinity Chime on me, if you wouldn't mind. There we go. Hey, how about that? Looks like you actually remember how to play RPGs after all.
Blanket statement, RPGs.
I knew it was you.
Oh, what gave me away? My unmatchable wit or my unmistakable voice?
After watching a playthrough, I just kept ideas for an RPG in hell where you recruit demons. Okay. That seems like a fun idea. It gives me Persona vibes, kinda. Or, not Persona vibes. Although I guess Persona, you kinda do it too. Although I think it's recruiting enemy characters is more... Is it more of a Shin Megami Tensei thing? I think it's more of a Shin Megami Tensei thing. Or like Pokemon, if the adorable monsters were demons.
No, the screaming.
Ah, yes. My staple. My legacy.
My legacy. There's somebody did a video on YouTube. They posted this scene where it's like, what was it? My voice? And when Alpha says, no, it was the screaming. Then they did a supercut of all the times Chris screamed in like all the years of his like voice acting career and through like Tome and stuff, and then it ends with, "Ah, yes, my staple, my legacy." It's very funny.
This is my friend Kerr, by the way. We went
Look
to
it up,
school
it's
together.
funny.
Just graduated a year ago.
Yeah, until you had to be dumb and move because of college.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'd much rather talk to my best friend over the internet where I don't have to see his dumb face all the time.
Well, my face probably got that way from looking at your dumb face all the time, so,
Yeah, well, this dumb face ordered you the copy of Tome you're playing, so, you know, you're welcome. What do you think, huh?
I really like this so far. The battle system's pretty nice. Simple, straightforward.
I'll have to do it after stream. I'm not missing the part I missed last time I was here. Yeah, that's right, because you came in... Was it partway through the first area? Or was it the second area? That Lynx originally raided me. I forget when that was.
Speaking of simple, hi, by the way. Did you choose, like, the most basic possible design for your character? I mean, that's fine, but...
Yeah, I liked it. It's neat.
I just thought this one looked cool.
Yeah, and I like picking the wolf, because the wolf gives you the little ooh-woo face.
Oh, yep, fair enough. It's iconic. The hat is cool. Anyway, thanks for helping Alpha out. So, you ready to meet the guild?
Oh, yeah. Are they around?
Yep, all glorious 2 of them. In fact, our fearless leader's taking care of some business in the next area, so hopefully she's wrapping that up by now. It's been a headache for her the last couple days, so heads up if she's not in the greatest mood ever.
Ugh, sorry to hear.
It's whatever. Come on, it's just through the next teleport.
Wouldn't mind some extra company. I'm a little nervous to meet these guys. Wanna come with?
Oh, didn't notice you there. I had this tutorial about the basic controls. Here, did you want to see it?
Not really. I just wanted to see you, though. Terrain of magical expertise is compatible with controller to keyboard. Yeah, it corresponds with the face buttons. Depending on what controller you're using. Start buttons, the C key, you can do all the configurations, yada yada yada. Engage the battle against monsters, use face buttons, yeah. I'll be using my trusty USB Xbox 360 controller. This bad boy has seen me through a ton of games.
Not like you couldn't have figured out the controls on your own.
Best character, like one of many. I came in, raided in like a Viking warrior, and gazed upon a blue bathroom tile looking place. Okay, yeah, so it was the second area. Yeah, it was the second area of the game. The Chrysoberyl Kingdom.
I'd say allow me to introduce our guildmaster, but just give her another minute.
I don't want to be rude, but this is now, I think, the 4th time in just the past couple days that they've been pulling weird stunts. And my guildmates have all seen it too, I swear.
Unfortunately, because your guild is the only one we've heard these types of complaints from, with no definitive proof or sign of anything foul, we can't report them to the higher-ups. All I can say is keep up your own efforts with your guild as best you can.
I understand. Thanks very much.
We've gotten enough messages about them that we'll at least try and keep an eye on them in case anything really suspicious comes up. Have a great day.
You too.
Yo!
Hey, Curb. Sorry for the wait.
It's all good. Well, except for the lack of help from the mods. That's not so good.
No. The one I've been corresponding with who just left has been really nice, but it seems like nothing can be done. We're just gonna have to power on through as best we can.
We'll figure it out. In the meantime, Alpha, this is our previously mentioned fearless leader, Flame Girl.
Stephanie, nice to meet you.
Hi. Yeah, same. Curbs told me a lot about you.
All bad things. Simply awful.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, good to finally put a face to the name. Or, well, a character model anyway. And who's this?
Oh, I just met them on the way to you guys. They helped me with figuring stuff out.
Good to meet you all. I'm new.
Aw, look at that little pupper face. Deserves a boop.
Oh, nice. Hope you're liking it so far. I love this game.
Me too.
You're new too? Oh, whoops. I had you figured for a more experienced player.
'Cause I am. Duh.
Getting starter tips from another starter. I'd expect as much from you.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, how was I supposed to know?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe take a peek at their profile and put 2 and 2 together? Don't worry, bucko. I'll show you how to do better later.
Give me a break. At least we won.
Is that from who I think it is?
Me when I lie in online video games. People do that? They go on the internet and tell lies?
Yup. One sec.
That's the in-game messenger, right? I couldn't figure it out.
Only works if both players are logged in, otherwise we typically just stick to email.
Oops. I need to be careful, I don't want to skip dialogue. I almost skipped that.
Damn it. They're at it again. I hate to bail like this so soon, but I gotta meet up with our other guildmate. We've got what might be a major problem to deal with this week. In fact, Curb, can you come with?
Yeah, I'll catch up in a sec, promise. Go on ahead.
Okay, really sorry about this, guys. Another time.
Alright, so real quick. Do you guys actually want a little crash course on the battle system, just as a refresher? Shouldn't take long, and I don't mind.
Alright, you want to see the tutorial or not? I'm just legit asking, do you want to see the tutorial or not? Because there is dialogue for it, and if you feel like seeing it, then I'll be happy to do it. If not, we can just skip past it. I'll leave it in your hands, arch nemesis. Well, we're doing that now, aren't we? Oh boy.
What do you think?
Yeah, we'll do it.
You know what? Yeah, that'd be a big help.
Don't really need it, but hey.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
If you wouldn't mind.
No problem. I'll just run through the basics and let you guys figure out the rest.
There we go.
Alright, so if it wasn't already obvious, the goal is to knock out every enemy on your opposing side of the field, which you do by bringing down their HP or hit points to 0.
I know that.
Yeah, just in case. Now let's start with a basic strike attack. Tap the rightmost face button when it's your turn, then tap it again to select me as your target. Strikes can be used at any time to beat down a single opponent. As you may have noticed, they can also be turned into multi-hit combos if you time those button presses correctly.
Alright. Oh cool, and the timer doesn't tick down. Excellent, so I can talk about this. Because it's not like I've talked about it so many times. So the way that I always did the combos for the strike attacks is when you do the initial press here and the character leaps over, the first attack is free, right? That's the first attack is what starts the chain. And after you do the first hit, you press the button again, and that's what prompts the second hit. And then after that, you prompt the third, the fourth, and the fifth, and then the sixth. The thing is you don't want to start mashing the button right as soon as he jumps over, because it's not the button hit. The button hit isn't what prompts the first attack. It's hitting after that first hit that gets the rest of the attacks to chain together. So it's like,
if you tap the strike button right before you hit the enemy, you'll perform another hit. You over there, give it a shot.
it's kind of hard to describe the hits because the frames are a little different depending on the character. Because with Alpha, there's like a rhythm to his strike attacks. You have to, it's like a hit, hit, pause, hit, 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 I think. But with White Hat, it's super easy. You do the first hit, and then you just, that's the one you can just freaking mash the button partway through, and it just, you can get all 6 hits. Easy sneeze.
Little side note, Brawler class players can actually perform up to 6 hits during a strike combo. It requires a lot of precise timing on each hit, but if you pull it off, it can make your basic move a deadly force.
And it also gives you, it's probably one of the best, because he'll probably go over this later, but every time you do a strike attack, you refill your mana gauge. Being able to deal damage while refilling your mana gauge is what makes the Brawler so great as a class. And the reason why I like to pick it so much is you can kind of jerry-rig the Brawler into being a magic support class, which is really nice, because being able to keep the team's mana up and able to use magic attacks is really helpful. Plus, the White Hat also gets some really decent magic attacks too, which is really nice. It is better to, if you want stronger magic attacks though, you do want to actually pick Sorcerer, but the Sorcerers can only hit twice. So you're not really spending a lot of time hitting things in order to refill your magic gauge, which, I don't know. The trade-off with being able to hit, being able to deal damage and heal at the same time, and by heal I mean regain magic, is really nice. So taking a hit to the magic power to regain magic, to me, that's a pretty decent trade-off.
Oh hey, I'm a Brawler class. I'll be punching people's lights out in no time.
That's the spirit. Speaking of,
why yada?
Quit belly aching. You can heal yourself with one of those crimson fruits by tapping the topmost face button. That'll access your items menu. Then you can choose one and use it on yourself or a party member. Or you can just hit me back.
Yeah, because it's hit, hit, pause, hit, 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 hit. That's Alpha's pattern. And the rest of them really are pretty easy. Because with...
Next, let's talk defense. Much like how the strike combos work, you tap the bottommost face button right before an opponent tries to hit you, you can defend against it and decrease the amount of damage you take. Try it.
But you can also... Or no. I was talking about combos. I think you only have 3 Brawlers in your entire class. In your entire party for this game. I think. If you choose to be a Brawler with White Hat, you only get 3 Brawlers. It's Alpha, Tiger Lily, and you. Because GameSoft and Flame Girl are sorcerers, yeah. And Curb and Nye are weaponaries. Yeah. So out of the 6, there are 2 of each, right? Yeah, 2 of each class in the party, and you're kind of the wild card that can kind of pick whichever one you want. So, Alpha's the only odd one out who actually has like a specific... Excuse me. Okay, grief. Hiccups. Has a specific pattern to his strike attacks.
It takes some getting used to, and it won't work against every single attack. But if you can master it, defending on the fly like that will really help you out.
and defending is you defend for as long as you hold the button down, but there is a limited window to how long you can actually stay in the defense stance. So the best thing you want to do is you want to time your button press to the animate to, you know, right when your opponent's animation is going to actually hit you, so that way you can make the most of your defense window.
There's also a way to defend against any attack without having to time any button presses. If you tap that strategize button down below, you can choose defend to block and reduce your damage for the next turn.
Yeah, so you can put yourself in defense like this.
Keep in mind, if you don't make a move within your 30-second time limit, you'll automatically go into defense mode and your turn will be over.
And this is the reason why I like Total Relax. Is it's a full party heal, and it puts all your party members in defense, which is really nice.
Last but not least, let's talk about the magic part of the magical expertise around here. Your strongest abilities are waiting over on the leftmost face button, and both of you should have 2 magic techniques to start with. Now you see that blue bar at the top of the screen that's been charging up every time you land a hit? That's your MP, or magic points, and your entire party shares the collective bar. Using magic depletes your MP, and the requirements to pull them off can vary depending on the move. But using these techniques well can mean a real swift defeat of your opponents.
Yep, that's right. And the thing I like about this game is that the magic techniques...
That's it, as far as the basics go. Alright, I'm gonna jump out of this battle.
The magic techniques you start with actually have utility throughout the entirety of the game, which I really appreciate. I like the fact that you still use most of your techniques throughout the game, and they grow with you, so you're not phasing out attacks that you don't ever use. It's really nice. I'm learning so much about the mechanics. Yeah, and and the reason why I play this game so much, or at least I talk about it a lot, is, despite its shortcomings and, the fact that my PC can't run it as well, which causes some of the shortcomings, but hey, it's, not the game's fault, and I fully admit that. This game kind of scratches a particular itch that games like Mario and Luigi and Mario RPG and games like that, and Paper Mario as well, it kind of scratches that particular itch when it comes to turn-based RPGs.
There we go. Anyway, you can run from battles with monsters or players.
It scratches that itch, and it's really fun.
So always be ready for a fight anyway.
Yeah, and it's a fun battle system because it also kind of borrows from Mega Man Battle Network. It kind of borrows from that just a smidge with how the battlefield's laid out. So certain moves will take up certain spots on the grid. And there's a little bit of strategy in it too, where it's you can lay down certain moves for certain turns, for a certain amount of turns on specific parts of the grid. So you can double up on, I think you can double up on certain spells. I don't know if I think you can. I know that it's you can lay down defensive spells on certain slots, you can lay down traps, you can lay down, lay down summons, which take up their own little square. You can do a lot with the battle mechanics in this game, and it's fun. And the thing with, attacking, the timing of the hits, the defending, I don't know, it's all that stuff is really fun.
If you get beaten, you turn into a ghost. If nobody's around to heal you, you'll warp back to either the last healing station or hub town you visited. And that's pretty much all you need to know. The rest comes down to skill.
Right. Thanks again.
Ain't nothing. Anyhow, sorry to bail too, but I ought to go help her out. I'll tell you the full story about what's going on later.
Sure thing. Go do what you gotta do. See you around?
You know it.
I know it.
We know it!
Hey, if it's not imposing or anything, you mind if I tag along with you for a bit? Still want to get my bearings on the game a little.
Sure, no problem.
Oh, thanks. All right, well, lead the way.
It's alright, buddy. I don't mind hanging out with you.
Hey, check out this cute little hot spring. I'm guessing this is the healing station Herb mentioned.
This game also does one of the things that I like about RPGs is I like when they give free heals like this, like your Pokemon centers and stuff like that. I always love mechanics like that. It really takes the tension off of the player for like hoarding items and stuff like that. Not to say that I don't like games that don't do that. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga is like top 5 favorite games of all time. I love that game to death, and it doesn't have total heals in that game. You have to use the items that you find. But the thing about that game though is you could theoretically play through that entire game without taking a single hit. So it doesn't really, doesn't really necessitate a complete, like a total heal type of mechanic, because you can run through the game relatively unscathed if you're good enough. So, save the game. Bada bing, bada boom. And you can get some lore by talking to some of the NPCs. They talk about like, oh, it's, little villages like this. Monsters don't come here, or monsters will respawn if you leave an area. Stuff like that. Oh, I probably should have done that heal. Oops. Oh, this will be easy though. Do the Vulcan Fist. There we go. Easy. There's no experience in the game, so you don't got to worry about grinding for level ups. You will be grinding though for money and items, which you don't have to do it through the entire game. But you do want, at least through like, I want to say the parts of like the first area, you kind of want to go through and do like what I do whenever I play Mario and Luigi, is you fight every enemy you come across. And if you do that, then you can get yourself a good stockpile of money and items to at least get you through the game. Sort of. Haha, dummy. However, it's you do want to, I don't know, and this is kind of I think one of the things that I've brought up like several times whenever I talk about this game is like the economy, quote unquote, of the game, where if you skip battles or if you try to fight everything, you're kind of at a deficit for money sometimes. Oh, I got a fruit and 12 netty. And the payouts are a little small for like the effort that you put into it. So one of the things that I always tell people whenever I play this game, which isn't many times because it's not like this game comes up in conversation a lot, which it should. I feel like this game deserves a bit more love than it gets, but that's just me. Personally, my go-to money-making strategy is grind a bunch of low-level items, and when you get yourself a decent stockpile of them, sell them, and you'll get yourself a decent chunk of change for your efforts in collecting all the items. So that's kind of my go-to method. And usually I do most of my grinding here in 2 spots. I would do it in 2 spots. I do it here at the beginning of the game, which is one of the reasons why I kind of drag my feet whenever the thought of doing a playthrough of this game comes up. Because doing grinding takes a while. And I grind an obscene amount of money because there's an item that you can get right here near the beginning of the game that makes you completely immune to status ailments. Very nice to have. And you put it on yourself because Kingdom Hearts rules, you always give all the good items to yourself. You don't give it to the Donalds and the Goofies, you give it to the Soras, which is you. So how are we doing, speaking of? Oh, I got 5 of them. Let's go and heal before we fight another player. Alright, what was I talking about? Oh, now it's all starting to come back to me. Playing through this game, forgetting my trains of thought as I'm running around. Ah, good times, good times. Yeah, let's just get this started.
All right, let's apply what we've learned so far.
Fresh meat. Easy netty for me.
Don't count us out yet. It's 2 against 1. 1 for each sword.
Good times indeed. Yeah. Zerblades. Attack and defense went up. That's fine. Alright, this ought to do it. There we go. Done and done. See, look at that. And look at that. 1 player fight is like 5 netty. When I can fight like a couple of enemies and I can get like 12. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the money, the economy and the money distribution is a little but I have ways around that. As we'll soon be getting into. Oh, and I was talking about my grinding spots. So I grind in 2 spots. Because that's the other thing about Mario and Luigi and some other Mario RPGs is you don't have to grind anywhere. You don't go back to certain areas and grind enemies. You can go straight through the game, and if you just fight everything you come across once, the level curve is nice enough that you can handle pretty much anything you come across if you just fight everything. It takes a little longer, sure, because you're doing every battle, but if you play well enough and you just fight everything, then it's like you've got nothing to worry about. Why am I keep side tangenting? Good lord. But I grind in this game in 2 spots. I grind here in the beginning to get Reaching Zen, the power-up. And I grind partway through the 3rd area in one of the missions, because there's a merchant in one of the areas that gives you some upgrades. And I would always grind in that area because the enemies aren't that bad to fight. You have a decent team backing you up. And since that merchant's right there, you can just run to that merchant and pick up items as you need it. And there's like a healing station, I think, in that area too. So it's very easy to grind and then heal yourself back up and then get back to the grind. And that's kind of the reason why I also grind during the story too, because this game does give you like free time instances where you can run around by yourself. It's not nearly as good as when you can run around with a partner. So I like to do the grind in the beginning here because you have Alpha with you, and Alpha has the Vulcan Jab, Vulcan Fist. No, Vulcan Jab is a Kirby thing. The Vulcan Fist, which destroys a lot of the early area enemies. So it's nice to grind while you have him in your party, but that does mean, okay, I'm going to start the game, and then almost immediately as soon as I start, I got to start the grind, and I'm going to be sitting in this first area for a while, which is kind of why whenever I think about this game, I'm like, I want to play it, but I don't want to have to do this grind at the very start. But in this playthrough, I think I'll only be doing the grind here at the beginning, and then when we get to that area in the third part, I don't think I'll be doing that as much there, because of my my ways. I won't have to actually grind for the items that I usually get there, so you know, that'll be nice. The players just don't have much money to hand over. Yeah, I mean, fair, buddy. I'm in this same boat you are. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like, because the player battles in this game are kind of like the Pokemon trainer battles in Pokemon. So not only do you get experience from them, you also get money. And in Pokemon, you get experience from the you get experience from the wild battles in Pokemon and from trainers, and you get money from the trainers. But here, you get both money and items. You get money from the other players, and you get money and items from monsters. So it's almost like a reversal almost. Where it's like the player battles are like the annoying part that you want to avoid, and the mob fights are what you want to actually do. Oh, I forgot what. Okay, I'll probably could have beat him in like one Vulcan Fist, but that's fine. It's the beginning of the game, it's fine. There we go.
Oh man, what a waste of my time.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey. Woof. But I feel like the player battles should be like, you know, they're treated as a more special thing because you can't really avoid them. So I feel like, oh, thanks, buddy. I needed the advantage there. Thank you.
His fist was mightier. How sad.
I just feel like if the player battles are something you can't avoid and you have to do, I feel like the reward should be more worth it in the end. To be like, hey, you overcame this challenge that we like mandatorily threw at you. So here's a little something else to compensate for it. But it's like, nah, you just get money and no items. Sorry. So, meh. Oh, I know what this area is. Okay. Oh wow, this is a full battlefield. Hey there. I also feel like, I don't know if I should actually preface it every time I come up with a criticism that I like this game. I criticize out of love. Oh, cool. You get a taste of one of the worst status ailments in the game. Not for the fact that it's also just annoying at default, but the fact that it's also it's bugged to hell. And I've actually had some fights go super sour because of somebody getting flowered and then like frozen, and because of the ailment stacking, it causes problems. I still love this game, by the way. Oh, I forgot. How did I... Yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet weren't great, but I love them still. Well, that's also true. Yeah, it's like, we love a lot of things despite their flaws. Because, I mean, if we didn't, how would people fall in love? Eh? It's like we'd all hate each other at like a core level. Okay, I'm starting to remember how I dealt with the full field of these guys. We do all hate each other at a core level. Well, speak for yourself, buddy. Because at least I wouldn't say that I hate everybody I come across. If anything, I'm like mildly indifferent to some people that I've never met. Because I mean, why would you spend all the time being a hater if it's like you've never met a person before? It's like you never really knew who they were. And then it's just like, you look at them and just go, I hate you. It's like, why would you live like that? Let's get this cutscene triggered. Gotta keep moving.
What the... Dude, did you just walk in from out of bounds?
One thing I do like about having voice acting in this game, aside from the wonderful performances, is I don't have to read any of the dialogue, which is really nice.
Hey, we crossed paths. Aren't we supposed to fight? And he's gone. Either that was a weird glitch, or we got a cheater on our hands.
Indeed. And not the one that's standing right beside you. I cheat in the meta sense. Because I'm not cheating in the game within the game. I cheat the game that's about a game. There's a Galaxy Brain phrase right there. But on that note, though, playing as the White Hat Hacker, because you get the tutorial for that. You get the tutorial for hacking at the end of this area. As the hacker, you're able to hack the game, duh. Yeah, cool, thanks. You're able to, actually, I'll leave that. Oh, I should have used my friggin' leaf cutter thing for the bug. Whoops. I'm getting low on health. There we go. Ooh, we got a crimson fruit and a honey droplet. And 14 neti. Nice. Now see, with all of that, we have 99 neti. That's actually pretty good. And we got a bunch of items. Oh, we also had a mana twinkle. Oh yeah, we picked it up from a chest, didn't we? I forgot about that. We're just going to use these. I'm not going to run back to the healing station. That's a little too far for right now. Universe Traveler cheating at the universe. Hey, man. The universe can be kind of cruel sometimes. and the multiverse at large as well. So sometimes you just gotta take what you can get. I am much more fair. I simply break reality to travel the universe. Yeah, you just say, fuck reality. Psh, shatters like glass. Walk through the hole.
Hey, there you are. Yo, what you want? Friend of yours? Alright, how about a little 2-on-2 then? Ain't got time for you, Spike. Neither does a little guy. Wait, but you're a little guy. Don't semanticate me! By the way, unless I'm going nuts, I swear I thought I saw you walking out of bounds. What? Are you serious, bro? The big boss man's not gonna like that!
I thought I was being careful.
Hark! When villains are near, the dragon shall appear to fight back against the evil that plagues this precious land.
Nylock!
So saith I.
Nylock!
Nylock, dragon of the cold steel! Curses! Those blasted fiends of the troublemakers escaped yet again. Humble citizens, didst thou see where they were headed?
That way?
Ah, that way! Most helpful. Many thanks, spiky-headed hero.
But I didn't point anywhere.
Double curses! It would seem they vanished completely. But the chase must go on. Whoosh!
Strange guy. He was nice, though.
Yeah, Nylock's a great guy. He's a fun guy. Ah, Nylock, a classic. He is a peach. I really like him in this game. I like all the characters in this game. And I've talked about this a lot. Because of the previous playthrough and all that. This is my favorite incarnation of, like, Tome as, like, a franchise. Which is kind of weird to say, considering it's, like, a niche, like, internet thing. But out of all the incarnations of it, like the old TV Tome stuff, the 2011 show, and the game, this is my favorite version of all the characters. Their designs are really nice. They all feel like the next proper evolution of their, like, designs. They feel really cohesive, like, with themselves, as well as being in a group. It's like, it feels like a culmination of that. They're written really nicely. You know, it's good. It's good. I really like it. And I'm kind of okay being, like, the odd man out when it comes to, like, the attachment to certain to whichever specific version of these characters. Because I know a lot of people within, like, the Tome sphere, which is, like, incredibly small, are kind of more attached. From what I've gathered, they're more attached to the 2011 show rather than the game. Because it's like, you know, the show, in comparison, has been around for longer. So, you know, people saw it at a more impressionable age. So, you know, it makes sense that people have more of an attachment to it. But to me, whenever I go back to the... come here. There we go. Whenever I go back to the show, I see it and it's like, yeah, it kind of shows its age a little bit. Because it kind of... to me, and this is just my opinion, it kind of has that like that air of like, oh, this is somebody who, this is like their first project. They're still kind of learning like the ins and outs of like writing and stuff like that. So it kind of has like a little, it's still rough around the edges. And I don't know. I don't drive with it as much as I do this game, because I feel like the arcs are a bit more solid. And you know, it kind of tells its story in a nice and more concise way. Down here, you know, you go down here, you can find the mystery bags. I won't be picking those up yet. We'll probably pick them up on the way out. The mystery bags were a debug tool. They left it in the game as a little bit of a treat for players to explore. It is an item that basically just explodes on you and reduces all of your players' HP to 1. And it was used to test fail states in the game. It has like a 1% chance of giving you 1,000 neti, I think, which is incredibly small. So it's mostly just a means to get the bad ending, basically, if you want to like speedrun the bad ending. And they also aren't worth a whole lot. So you get like a stack of 50 in that chest, and it's worth like 250 neti. So it's not too much. And if you do the item dupe glitch, you can get 99 of them, and that's about 500. It's still not a lot. So it's there if you want to if you want to see fail states yourself and also get the bad ending. So, you know, it's there. It serves its purpose. I personally won't pick them up until the end. And it's also not worth grinding them for the 1% neti drop. It takes way too long. You're better off grinding items.
Please be easy on us. We're just getting started.
That's okay. Same with us.
Way to lull him into a false sense of security, dude!
Oh, no mercy.
You're better off just grinding items and monsters. Or the arena, if you want money. Nice. Alright, and then I'm going in with the clover cutter, because I'm not doing the... There we go. I'm not going to get in close, because he's going to counterattack me. I was going to talk about something else, too. Forget. Oh, well. The real mystery is the friends we made along the way. Yeah, like, how are we lucky enough to actually get this group of people? We got them from playing an internet game, no less. That, like, never happens. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Because of this battle here. In this battle here, you'll notice that at the start, White Hat goes first. The thing about brawlers, in addition to the 6-hit combo, the mana reheal, brawlers also have a higher speed stat than any of the other classes in the game. And having that speed is huge in battle. And that's the other reason why I don't play as Sorcerer, is because Sorcerers are really slow. And you don't get that speed advantage with a Sorcerer unless you play as like a brawler. And I don't know, being a fast magic caster is really nice. So another reason why I prefer playing brawler instead of like the other classes like Sorcerer, Weaponary.
Javi, look at the spikes on this one.
Look who's talking. You're pointier than me, you know.
Off with his hair then.
There we go. I had a feeling that would be the one that I should go after first. Alright, now let's get him down to 2. Okay. Then we'll whack whack. Alright. Then build the mana gauge back up. He's cursed, oh no. Actually, we'll do a total relax. So it's tap the magic button. Right as the... Okay, so it's the tap, right. There we go. Get the mana back up. Alright. Hit him with the discus. Okay. Done. Nice. Another battle in the books. Alright, grab this chest here. Another some heavenly charms. That's a revive. We're gonna give Alpha the heal. Oh my gosh! Look at this. All of our droplets are lined up in my inventory. Oh, that feels good, man. I love having all the like items lined up like this. So nice. Because you can't organize your inventory in this game, and that's the reason why I don't pick up the mystery bags. It's because when you pick up something that's unique, it just plops itself in the inventory and it does not move. It goes, this is like old school Pokemon logic, and you can't hit select to organize what you have in your bag. It's like, this is just how it is. And it's a teensy bit annoying. Yeah, this guy. This guy's a little annoying. He's got 45 health, and he's got some relatively annoying moves to deal with. Looking at you, exploding kunai. Or, is it troublesome kunai? No. Yes. Yeah, it lowers the defense, but there's also like an exploding kunai, which does like obnoxious amounts of damage. I think if it's paired up with this kunai attack, then it's a pain in the ass to deal with.
Impressive. You are worthy
Oh.
opponents indeed.
Back at ya.
I think this is also the fight that whenever I go through this, I lose one of my characters here. Not this time. Yep. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, I missed the timing there. Whoops. Alright, we got this in the bag, though. There we go. Broke the cycle. Hell yeah. I actually used a healing item instead of just attacking like I normally do. Oh, we got a fruit cup. Nice. And the heavenly chime. Awesome. And the crimson fruit. Alright, we're going to hit the save here. Now, this is where the fun ends and the grind begins. Because this is where I stop here, and then I backtrack to the very first healing station, fighting every enemy along the way. And, you know, and I just go back and forth through that area until I get enough money and items to where I'll hopefully get 7,000 worth of Netty, in items and just Nettie in general in order to buy reaching Zen at the village. But this is also a good opportunity to show off the dupe glitch if I can get it to work. So save the game. Quit the title. And you leave. So I'm going to show you how this works. So you want to go to... So you quit it. Go to any other save file. Personally, I like to go... I have the third file here open. I've got Phlegm here. My buddy Phlegm. We're going to load up Phlegm. And as you can see, the chests are already closed here. And I've done it a few times with Phlegm, because as you can see, my Nettie's up to like 1200. I don't know if it's just loading up the area or not, but every time I do this, I always go through the tow pillar. I run through. I open up a couple chests. I fight one of these guys, and I forget which one it is. I think it's this one, because one of these, yeah, I think it might be this one, because this one's really easy. And boom. Fight's over and we won. Right, and then we done that. We did that. Also kind of a spoiler warning, because this is an area later in the first area. It's still part of the tutorial section, so, you know, it's not that far into the first area. So, light spoiler warning, I guess. We go over here, you hit save game, quit the title. Load game. We'll load up name pending. Let's see if this works. I might need to do it again. Nope, there it is. You load it up. Bazinga. All the chests are closed. Go up to them. You can pick up the same number of items that you picked up the first time through. Bada bing, bada boom. Repeat ad nauseum until you get as many power-ups and healing items as you so desire. Plot spoiled. Oh no. Flame Girl. Well, I guess it's like gameplay spoilers at the very least. Flame Girl joins the party, and Curb joins the party at some point. So, what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to backtrack to the beginning of this area. We're going to open up all the chests, we're going to go through, we're going to do all that stuff. And then when I hit the end, or the end of this path by, you know, going to the beginning, I am going to save and quit, and then I might, and I think I'll call it there for this session, and then I'm going to do the grind off stream, and I'll just do a little, and I'll be doing some epic grinding on my skateboard, the 180 nose bone or something like that. And I'll just do the grind off stream so that way I don't have to bore you with dealing with this running back and forth that I'm doing, because I am going to do the battles as well as all of the chest regenerations as well, which takes time. But because you get, you know, items and stuff at the same time, it's... Hopefully it'll only take me, like, a few days worth of grinding. But that won't... I'm not going to, you know, wrap up stream and be like, oh, that's it. That's all we're going to do. Because if I look at my timer here, we've only been going for like an hour and a half. And it's like, I can go a little bit longer than that. It's like, don't be ridiculous. So I think what I'll do is, I'll end this stream, and then, I don't know if, well, let's see. I want to divide, because I'll do art later, but I don't know if I want to end this stream and then start a new session, or I can just switch the subject partway through. I kind of want to keep the sessions separate, so that way when I go to export them, I can keep the exports separate, and I don't have to do any more work by renaming parts or anything like that. Because normally I don't do genre shifts in my streams that often. I think in the time that I probably should have killed one of the Foley Roaches. Oops. I probably should have nuked them. Uh-oh. Because I think the only time I've done a change in like subject matter is when I played Sonic Frontiers and I did art afterwards. And also, side note, because I just reminded myself of this, back to why I grind here. The reason why I like to grind here in... Oh, that's... Okay. He only had 1 HP left. Or no, was he full? Oh, whatever. The reason why I like to... damn it. Like to grind here is because the enemies are also super weak here. And defending or not, they only deal like 1 HP's worth of damage. So they're not that powerful. Unlike later in the game where enemies can be like... They can like deal massive damage to you. Anyways. It seems like a good plan to me. Yeah. I hope so. Because I don't want to spend this first stream just grinding. Because the one thing about this game that I appreciate, much like, you know, the Mario RPGs, is that compared to a lot of our other RPGs, this game's pretty short. It's like... It's not 24 hours. Is it 24 hours? It's a very... When it comes to an RPG, it's on the shorter end. So, it's like once we get over, like, the grinding humps, then it's, you know... Aside from the times where I, like, restart and do the dupe glitch, we don't spend a lot of time dealing with gameplay. I think I've seen like 2 genre shifts from you. 2? Because the only one I could think of off the top of my head is when I was playing Frontiers. I was doing New Game Plus. And I think I finished the game, or I did a stream of it, and then I switched over and I just started doing drawing. And in that VOD, I just was like plus art on it. I don't remember if there was like a second time, or maybe there's also pre-stream stuff or like pre-recorded VOD stuff that I'm not thinking of. There we go. I did that just without thinking. It's like strategies are starting to come back to me now. Where I use Clover Cutter. If I do Clover Cutter enough times, I can kill one of the Foley Roaches. Easy peasy. It just drains a lot of mana though, which is why I don't do it too often. Boom. Nice. One was to art after you unexpectedly ended a game early, I believe. I can't remember what game it was. It was a while back. A game that I ended early. I did that? Oh, what would it have been? Because I don't know. I feel like my brain is telling me lies and saying it's like, oh yeah, you did do that. But it's like, I don't know. Now that I think about it, there was like was it a game that I quit? That I like rage quit out of? What was that? I could have been hallucinating, but I remember you thinking something would take longer. I don't think it wasn't Sonic Adventure, because that was pretty recent. But now that, I don't know, now that you say that, I feel like me underestimating how long something would take is I don't know, it's a trend that started. I don't know, that makes a lot of sense. Where it's like, oh, I thought this game would take me a lot longer. And then I went and did that. Now I'm trying to rack my brain. It's like, what could that have been? I'm gonna quick heal first, and then we'll fight the other two guys. These fights won't be too hard, but I want to heal. Maybe it'll probably come to me. It'll probably come to me a little later on. Because that's probably what's going to end up happening. Is every time I try to recall something, then it's like, nah, my brain can't think about it. Then, then I'll be like, I don't know, I'll be doing something later, and then I'll be like, Pikmin or something like that, and then it'll come to me. There we go. Alright. And at the end of that, we have 317 Netty. And we have 20 Crimson Fruits. Dang. And usually by the end of the grind, I'll have 99 of the Crimson Fruits, the Mana Twinkles, and then a decent number of the Droplets. And Heavenly Chimes. And Fruit Cups. But getting 99 of these is also a big get, because it's like you don't really have a lot of those at the beginning of the game. And also there's a bit more tutorial after this, so you don't really have to actually go all the way to max out the Crimson Fruits. So it's like, you know, you leave a little wiggle room. You're still going to pick up some more as you press onward. So, in other news, we started a much shorter but higher quality animatic. Hell yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save game. Quit the title. Okay. I'm going to... First, we're gonna put a pin in the animatic part real quick. I'm going to end this stream session here. I'm going to change the information, and then I'm going to switch over to art. But I'm also going to take this opportunity to get up, stretch a little bit, drink some more water, and take a bio break. So that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go over here to OBS, and on the stream side, it'll be like 5 minutes. If you happen to be watching the VOD, hope you have a great night, day, evening, whatever, great rest of your week and all that, and catch you later on the VOD side. But here in Streamland, it'll just be a few minutes. So, sounds fair to me. Yeah. So, sit tight. I'm going to hit stop stream, and then we'll be right back, and we're going to do some art. So, be right back, I guess.